The Supreme Court rejecting the Purdue Pharma settlement that would have sent billions of dollars to treatment programs and victims of the nation's opioid epidemic. But it also shielded the family largely blamed for the epidemic from future lawsuits. Joining us now to help break this all down are Alexis, Keenan, and Anjalee Khemlani. Alexis, what exactly did the Supreme Court decide today?
Okay, so what they said is that the bankruptcy code, and therefore a bankruptcy court, federal bankruptcy court, cannot release company owners who are not part of the bankruptcy proceedings from liabilities that may be pending against them. So in this case, you had Purdue's former owners, the billionaire members of the Sackler family. They agreed to pay $6 billion into a fund to settle all of the nation's opioid litigation. That includes individual plaintiffs, and that also includes state and local governments and other communities that had actions before them. Now, those plaintiffs, they want that money. They're disappointed here that they're not going to get access now to that settlement because now that $6 billion is off the table. But the bankruptcy court had issue with the fact that the Sacklers were not part of this bankruptcy because they, over a 10-year period, took $11 billion out of the company for their personal fortunes and then saw only $6 billion of that come back for these settlements. You had Justice Gorsuch, who wrote this 5-4 decision, calling it a milking program, taking all that money out of the company. And that $11 billion, when you put it into perspective, it amounted to 75% of Purdue's total assets at the time. So this was all pre-bankruptcy that they were bringing this money out of the company.
Now, Anj, over to you. Just get your take on this. What you think it means? Just interested too. What do you think it means for Purdue? You know, looking forward as a company. I was reading reports saying they've been upfront saying, listen, we may not survive if the Chapter 11 were rejected.
Right, and this is why this delays a lot of the justice that not just the victims are looking for in the patients themselves and the families rather of those who took the drugs, but also of the governments that are looking to create programs as well as the hospitals that are looking for reimbursement. So all of that gets put on pause until the Sacklers come back to the negotiating table. But also what it does for the company is part of this was that the Purdue name would go away and that a new company sort of set up like a public trust under the name Yahoo Pharma would come into play. And that the funds from the products it would sell, which included, by the way, an opioid overdose reversal treatment, in addition to other painkillers, OxyContin being one of them that would continue as part of the brand. All of the proceeds from those sales would then fund all of these settlements because as a company cannot already pay out the, $51 billion, that's part of it, and whatever else is pending and left and future lawsuits. So all of that put together, this is sort of where the company's supposed to be going, and that is now also delayed as a result.
All right, big story. Thank you both for covering it for us. Appreciate it, Anj and Alexis.